Kevin Tracker and Sharina Hudson's fantasy sentiment seems to have reached a conclusion, running any expectations of it cheerfully. At any point after reports recommend that Sharina has, as of late, cut off their friendship, leaving Kevin in a condition of monetary unrest. Similarly, as Tracker was at that point confronting extreme monetary and proficient difficulties, his own life has now endured a huge shock. So what subtleties has Kevin shared about this shameful development? We'll spill every one of the subtleties you presumably missed in the present video. Obviously, before I spill anything, ensure first that you buy into our channel and hit that notice ringer for additional updates and recordings like this. Currently, we should make a plunge pretty much the entire 13 years that they were together, and individuals behind in the background say it was more similar to 15 years. Assuming we review Kevin Tracker's past grievances about his series of mishaps, it appears they were just an antecedent to the unforgiving reality. He is current looking, as per insiders. Sharina Hudson became fatigued of their monetary battles, provoking her to at last say goodbye to Kevin, following a 16-year sentiment. In a startling turn, she pressed her effects, including her channel packs, and settled on the hard decision to head out in different directions from him. Like that affection don't reside here any longer. The indications of a looming separation were obvious right from the outset of their relationship, and obviously their undertaking was not based on a groundwork of affection, especially according to Sharina's viewpoint. When this couple at first met up around 2007, Sharina seemed glad and content to be associated with an eminent maker and rich person who gave her sumptuous gifts, and surprisingly, upheld her little flapjack business. Trust me, those hotcakes were supposed to be totally superb for a long time. Sharina appeared to have a steady life. Because of the extravagances she got while associated with Kevin, it's vital to take note of that she got various significant gifts, all through their undertaking anyway. Apparently, she has taken each of the significant belongings she could and left Kevin for good, as he couldn't keep up with a similar degree of solace to which she had become acclimated. By insiders, Sharina no longer accepts that Kevin can get extra assets from his ex, particularly considering Wendy's ongoing fight for her life and mental prosperity in the emergency clinic. Since Kevin and Wendy's separation, Sharina's circumstance has taken a descending winding. Assuming you've been following other YouTube recordings, you may know that Sharina didn't totally surrender any desire for getting more monetary help. I can comprehend the reason why she didn't leave Kevin prior. In the past, he had given her Creator Things vehicles, and surprisingly, an almost $1 million house situated in a similar neighborhood where Wendy used to dwell. And I read about it in the web journals and the sensationalist newspapers, the location of this spot that he had bought. Now, you may be thinking about how Kevin figured out how to bear the cost of such extravagance. Yet truly he had no cash of his own. That multitude of dollars really had a place with Wendy. It appears to be that Sharina required an investment to acknowledge what was genuinely occurring, and that Kevin wasn't truly a fruitful maker and supplier. The main high-profile superstar he was related with was his own better half, Wendy Williams. Basically, Wendy was the one paying him a compensation, and as a trade-off for her trust and appreciation, he was misusing her assets to buy things for his extramarital issue. You need to procure your own specific manner. You need to discover some way you realize you need to turn into your own man. When reality with regards to Kevin's actual job and Wendy's prosperity arose, it without a doubt left Sharina profoundly disheartened with the man she had been associated with. However, by then in her life, leaving him appeared to be unrealistic, in light of the fact that she was at that point pregnant with their kid and had restricted choices. Furthermore, Kevin probably persuaded her that monetary help would proceed with even after his separation. And it just so happens he was right. In an amazing bit of occasions, Wendy Williams pursued the choice to give month-to-month provision installments to her ex. This was viewed as the television character's approach to quickly disavowing Kevin and eliminating him from her life. following the difficult double-crossing she had encountered. "That is not my concern, my support for every one of the three in spite of Kevin's joblessness, and the discolored standing coming about because of public embarrassments, including treachery. Fine monetary fumble. The family actually had a few monetary assets at first anyway. As time went on, their circumstance crumbled when Wendy Williams was set under monetary guardianship. Their admittance to cash stopped by, and by not set in stone, to seek after his ex's assets, and frantically needed to keep Sharina in his life. In an uncommon occurrence, Kevin tried to acquire a pay to help himself anyway, assuming you were anticipating that he should search out new VIP tasks to deliver. I lament to illuminate you that his arrangements appeared to spin around venting about his disasters via virtual entertainment, and depending on legitimate activity in his court filings, Kevin depicted himself as monetarily penniless, outlining his failure to support the luxurious way of life he had given to Sharina as a tragic account he requested of the court, referring to neglected vehicle protection and past due charge card installments because of the suspension of severance installments, while Kevin over and over professed to hold just love and regard for his ex. Freely, plainly, cash was a critical driving element for him. Marvelous and So you anticipate bringing that back again? Yes, expressive Kevin, as though he, at the end of the day, hasn't been taking benefit in utilizing Wendy's cash such a long time to give kicked the bucket to his paramours, developing cravings for extravagance, since the second reality, with regards to Kevin's siphoning and disloyalty, came out. Many individuals got frustrated in this man, since he doesn't merit Wendy. As one individual remarked, "Wendy has given this man a very sizable amount of cash. How dare this man not have any cash left, sell everything, or lose everything?" And one more added, "Kevin ought to have realized that lady was after Wendy's cash when he met her. How about we face it, he was no one important without Wendy. And he's not a look, he had no cash, so he complimented himself, thinking she needed him for him, not broken destitute. One can help yet feel lament that Wendy is as of now unwell and unfit to observe the result of these occasions." Her crushed assertions, following the disclosure of Kevin's unfaithfulness, stay imbued in our recollections. And I'm not kidding with this. Wendy's adoration for Kevin was without a doubt significant, and seeing him continue on with another lady probably been unbelievably agonizing for her anyway. Apparently karma has found them, as tales circle that Sharina and Kevin have headed out in different directions. From Sharina currently dwelling with her mom, this development isn't shocking given Kevin's real essence and the absence of explanations behind Sharina to proceed with the relationship. Serena's expectation of accomplishing easy abundance were broken, passing on her with not a great explanation to stay in the city. It's the young lady about town, famous on the radio, around. Then I was facilitating a ton of these gatherings, and I was a state. So it seems like Kevin got the greatest smack in front of him, and Sharina became weary of paying attention to his harmless embellishments about having the option to accommodate her and their little girl, and keeping in mind that she was owed to reside off the provision cash. Now that there's no possibility to get one more dime from Wendy, she felt like there's nothing else that can be taken from Kevin. There is no hours, there is no provision as per those archives. As per the reports, there was no divorce settlement consented to. There was not support. Kevin ends up in a huge emergency, confronting monetary troubles. Without the help of a sweetheart during this difficult time of his life, he is gradually understanding that he had fallen head over heels for some unacceptable individual, given Sharina's absence of unwaveringness. When the monetary issues emerged, it is profoundly far-fetched that she will get back to him. Kevin has basically embarrassed himself by transparently recognizing his desperate conditions, expressing that he can't support his life and meet his monetary commitments. Many fans accept that Kevin is getting what he really asked for, and that he was credulous to feel that he could keep somebody like Sharina close by exclusively by pronouncing his adoration for her unendingly from the beginning. It was clear that her primary advantages lie in his wallet, since Kevin neglected to pursue sound business choices or speculations. She unhesitatingly cut off the friendship as one individual remarked all that cash he took. And he has no genuine venture, no reserve funds, no organizations, in any case he can spoil. And another client added, it's sort of difficult to feel frustrated about him. He cycled a hand that took care of him in the event that he was savvy. He would have had his own creation organization, or possibly more clients other than his significant other. Well, the time is now for Kevin to get precisely exact thing. He merits the aggravation of a deplorability. And perhaps now, with Sharina returning to reside with her mother, he would comprehend how Wendy had felt after his double-crossing. Could you let us in on your opinion on this in the remarks that is supportive of today? We genuinely want to believe that you partook in that video. And in the event that you made a point to hit like buy in and hit that warning chime for additional recordings like this.